What's good, my people? What's good, my people? What's good, my people? What's good? It's your boy OMD-300, and this is Corner Store Podcast. Thank you so very much for being here. It is 1 p.m. Pacific time here in sunny Southern California, and thank you again. This is a live show, very not pre-notification to anybody out there. If you know me, I'm going on anytime I want now. I was trying to lock in the 5-day schedule. A lot of different things I had going on besides this pod. I need to do this at night after I'm finishing up all the things I do during the day. And sometimes I just get home too late to be able to do anything. So I'll miss an episode. And I want to apologize to people if I had told y'all I was going to do it 5 days and you didn't see it 5 days. You might not even be tripping. But I'm trying to keep this 100 and keep being very, how should I put this, steadfast on what I'm trying to do and accomplish here. And basically, I just want to thank anybody who watches this podcast, anybody who supports my podcast. I really appreciate you. Never, ever think that I don't appreciate you, because I do. Corner Store Podcast is in its 74th episode. That is this episode today. It is an accomplishment. Yes, it is, because I went to the store, the grocery store this morning. I only bought, I can count off my hand, maybe 15 items, maybe less than that, I think. And it was $78. We living in some really crazy times right now. We living in times that is scaring the fuck out of young people, because they feeling like maybe in the next few years, especially if they're still not launched from their parents' bosom, they're pretty much trying to, there's a lot of kids still staying at home. And I totally understand why this is but that shouldn't be any scapegoat or anything that the times is tough. Hell, times was tough when I was young. And I barely made it. So I get your apprehension. I get your fear. Just stay steadfast in what you believe. And also keep watching this program, because there'll be some cool things I say about that, because I've had struggle. And I've had a tough time in life and came out of that. And I'm doing fairly well. It could be a whole hell of a lot better, which I'm trying to achieve, but I'm doing okay. And a lot of it is a spiritual thing. So with that said, I would love for you to do me a favor, like, subscribe, and please comment on all the content I've ever had, whether it's the shorts or my podcast or anything. Go ahead and look at that stuff. And if I say something that you agree with, don't agree with, whatever, please comment, because that the engagement is what YouTube is looking for. And hopefully informative and funny and all that enough for you to even feel like you want to engage. So, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I hooked all this stuff up and hooked this studio up. I didn't do this just for my health. I did it for fun. I did it for an adventure. I did it for doing something new. And I definitely did it to actually say some things that were, hopefully profound to some people, hopefully smart to some people. Some people probably gonna be like, that dude's dumb or whatever. There's a lot of people out there. I ain't gonna name names. You know who they are. It's people out there right now that's blowing up, that's saying some real dastardly things. If I have to go there in order to get your attention, I mean, you're probably right. I'm probably not the wrong person to talk to. I'm gonna say some wild shit, some way out shit, but I'm also gonna, try to keep it to, at least a semblance of rationale and forethought. Anyway, with all that said, welcome to the Corner Store Podcast, episode 74. Yo, I gotta show y'all something. This is very important. I have 3 sponsors. I guess you could call them sponsors. They're really on their way to being that. One of them being a company called Virgin Citrus. I love Virgin Citrus. Great fucking company. Great fucking company. Some of the best juice I've ever tasted. It's all freshly squeezed from different, amazing dude. Shout out to Chris and his company, Virgin Citrus. and also deal with a marijuana dispensary in the San Fernando Valley. And I want you to look this place up. It's not too far. It's near major freeways, the 118 freeway, the 405 freeway. And the cross streets, the major cross streets are Chatsworth and Sepulveda. I know everybody knows Sepulveda. So Sepulveda and Chatsworth. It's right next to a very popular fast food restaurant, Del Taco. It sits situated in the back, has a big parking lot, and which is always filled a lot of times, which show you how popular they are. Shout out to Thomas and all the crew and the bud tenders there at Herbal Pain Relief Center. That is HPRC. That's Herbal Pain Relief Center. Herbal Pain Relief Center. I said that 3 fucking times, so you got to kind of know what I'm talking about. And this is some of the stuff that they gave me today. Look at this. Look at that. That is fucking beautiful. That's some good shit right there. This is their house brand. This is not even some of the brands that they have in there. They have a lot of different companies, but their house marijuana is pretty effing amazing. It's top notch. And I think this is a $30 pack right here. And it's called Sunset Cookies. I've had a sample of it. It's amazing. It is indica, but they also have an abundance of hybrids as well as sativa and other vapes. They have everything, edibles, you name it, candy, the whole thing. Herbal Pain Relief Center. West Hills, I believe it's West Hills, or is it Mission Hills? One of the two, but it's on Chatsworth, West Hills. It's on Chatsworth and Sepulveda near the 118 freeway. You cannot miss it. Del Taco's right next door. Ask for any bud tender, but the manager's name is Thomas. When you get in there, tell them Corner Store Podcast sent you there, and you'll probably get a real good deal. They'll probably take care of you. Now that I have that out the way, which is not saying that I wanted it out of the way, but I'll say this to y'all. LA is tripping. The city of Los Angeles is tripping, and here's why. In the last month, there have been 2 murders downtown Los Angeles, and they were young African-American women. Obviously, they're investigating these crimes, but they haven't said whether it was a copycat or if there's a possible serial killer that is targeting young Black women downtown Los Angeles. Let me say this. The one particular girl that I saw that they reported on the news, it was ABC News, Channel 9, CBS, the whole local, news people were on top of the story. The girl was a model, beautiful. From what I understand, her family, they believe it's foul play, which I also believe is foul play as well. It wasn't a mysterious death. I think she was strangled or something to that effect. And then right after that, another young lady was killed. I don't know if it was a similar fashion, but I'm pretty sure it was. Just for the simple fact that there was only a few blocks from where the other girl died. And it was ruled a homicide. With that said, I believe there is a serial killer in Los Angeles downtown. This is my opinion. This is not fact. This hasn't been reported. This hasn't come out. All they've said is these 2 girls have died. But I'm saying something right now to you. Be careful going downtown. This is before any of this happened. I am leery of downtown Los Angeles. Under what's going on in the United States right now with the poverty, the homelessness, and the dire desperation to where whole mobs of people have now instrumented in starting to raid stores and fashion outlets and just go in there 20, 30, 15, 40 deep and just pull everything off the rack and absolutely run out. They're robbing mobs now, just like some of these kids out here in San Fernando Valley. I go to the Burlington or where the big parking lots where all the stores is, there's like 200-300 cars out there and they're doing donuts and everything. The times that we live in is pretty wild. I ain't tripping, because if I was young or those kids' age, just to be hanging out and try to meet a chick or kick it and just, be like everybody else, I'd probably be out there watching this shit too, laughing when the police. I've done that same shit in a different way. Hell, when I grew up, we used to be on Crenshaw. Low riders, niggas just all out there in their car. You get your car fixed up and you pull up and try to crack something. You seen the shit in Boys in the Hood with Cuba Gooding Jr. in the fucking Volkswagen. So it's all it is the changing of the times and the different styles and the way kids rap, the way kids dress and everything. It's just the changing of the times. But getting back to the initial thing, that changed people's opinions about living downtown LA. Because, when Villa Rugosa, shout out Mayor Villa Rugosa, used to be the mayor of Los Angeles, a huge cat of a man, a dude that would cheat on his wife, with no malice, but he was a good politician. He knew how to get certain shit done. I give him that props. He probably was an asshole, but that motherfucker made downtown look semi-New Yorkish. And he turned it into a place where people actually wanted to go and shop and go to galleries and eat. I remember a downtown growing up where it was smelled like piss everywhere. Rats was running everywhere. Niggas was laying out everywhere in front of the city hall back in the day. Like the homeless is lined up on the street out here. They used to be sleeping right at City Hall. They had to stop that. Homelessness has gotten worse since I was a fucking desk clerk at Skid Row Housing. Yes, I used to work for Skid Row Housing. I wasn't in Skid Row. I wasn't homeless at the time. But I was a desk clerk for one of their residential houses, housing units, where it was on Main Street. And I got to meet several different types of homeless people. We're talking homeless people that was trying to get out of homeless people that use homelessness to get over, homeless people that wanted to have a place to live, but bring all their tires and baskets it was just every type of fucking thinking you could think of when it comes to homeless, I used to deal with. Homeless, crazy people. There's more homeless, crazy people out there than there is anything else, because you got to realize, if you have a family member that ain't all there's only one or two things that's going to happen. You're going to either have to take care of that person or they're going to end up on the street. Because if you get them a place, they ain't going to last there. They're going to fight with the neighbors. They're going to be tripping. I've seen it. So when you try to institutionalize them, sometimes you got to pay for that. They don't have state hospitals no more where you can just turn people in. The state they won't pay for it no more. So those people just end up on the street or going back and forth into jail. Their feet turn green out there. Their hair get long. So what I'm saying is, we've created a monster in this country. Now I don't even put my name in it. I don't know why the fuck I said that. There's no we to that. You know what I'm saying? What the problem is that you got people roaming around downtown LA that are insane. And then what if it's somebody that realizes the same thing I'm saying and tries to blend in with the crazy people just to do a Richard Ramirez and go out there and kill folk? Because you remember, Richard Ramirez was downtown killing the shit out of people, and he lived in the Cecil Hotel when it was a piece of shit. So that's a breeding ground for psychos, downtown LA. Shout out to Tony from Tony TV, who has interviewed me on his pod or his channel, the Tony TV channel, or Tony Television, I should say. And he's from New York. Tony loves it. Loves it downtown LA. Because it reminds him of being back in New York. I hate downtown LA. Now, could I live in New York knowing that basically downtown LA is a small little dot in comparison to New York? Because New York ain't nothing but buildings. It's just concrete jungle all day. You got to go to Central. That's why Central Park is such a big deal out there, because that's the only green down there. Maybe you can go upstate or fucking Westchester, maybe Staten Island or somewhere we get some trees and stuff like that. But downtown, New York, Manhattan is just it's just nothing but fucking buildings, all you can see. So I could get why he would be used to that and want to be around that and feel funny being in a mansion or something, you know, where it's all spread out. He said, and I quote, he feel like LA and going out in the valley or living in certain areas is country, like some southern shit. I disagree. But I digress. He can feel the way he want to feel. But per capita, New York's got some of the most psychotic motherfuckers out there doing all kind of crimes against people. He had murdered and all that shit, but we talking about some weirdo psycho shit like this fucking shit that this dude is doing downtown. Or could be weird as hell, could be a female. I don't know who it is or what's going on, but I know this motherfucker is out there killing young sisters. And something's got to be done about it. I hope they on top of it. And basically, I'm just putting it out there so other young ladies that are living downtown trying to enjoy the loft that they renting or bought or whatever, to watch your fucking back. Because that downtown in LA is not safe. No place is really safe, but downtown LA definitely ain't safe. And that's for damn sure. The next thing I want to talk about is the entertainment situation. It's not necessary. It's about entertainers. I'll say that. Rappers, to be exact. Married rappers, to even further elaborate. Remy Ma and Papoose. Hip hop artist. Remy Ma being from the Bronx. I think Papoose is from Harlem. I'm not sure. I may be wrong about that. But Remy Ma cheated on Papoose, her husband, with an artist that she manages, a battle rapper. This cat ain't even necessarily got a deal. He probably even did some records. If he's with Remy, he did some records. This business is hard. Remy Ma know Fat Joe, all that. And motherfuckers still be having to, can't get their artist signed or get them a big deal and everything. Your name don't really mean nothing these days. It's all about money. And it's always been about money. But, it looked like to me, you would think Papoose, I don't know what the hell she thinking. Why would you do that to dude? He stood by you through thick and thin. That man waited 6 years for you to get out of jail. He waited. I don't know if he fucked anybody while he probably told him to. He probably was like, go ahead on and fuck. I mean, I can't sit up here in front. You know what I'm saying, baby? Go ahead and fuck somebody or whatever. But if he didn't, and he waited for you loyal, I don't know why would you even open your legs for any other dude? You know what I'm saying? Bro, give you permission. That's some other shit. That's some shit we probably wouldn't even know about. But obviously, if you cheated on him, y'all splitting up. Rumor has it that he had to beg you to have a kid for him. Bro seems solid to me, too. He do. He seemed like a solid cat. He seemed like the type of dude that really like you, that really fuck with you. And I've heard you talk, and you're real rough around the edges. I know what the Bronx is something else. From what I heard. Hell, they made a movie about it. The goddamn police was even scared. The Fort Apache, the Bronx. I forget the name of the damn precinct that's in the Bronx, but that motherfucking precinct was under siege. They used to shoot at it and everything. So her growing up there, she gonna be rough around the edges. She probably got mad trauma in her life. Mad trauma. The reason why she be fighting and all that, being in the fucking projects and shit, they probably was. It's hard to turn from that into somebody sophisticated. Shit. If you from LA, somebody hood as hell that ain't gonna never had no sophistication. No, you can't take her nowhere, nigga. This chick, this sexy red rapper chick, this chick is the most. I don't know. See, they like to prop them up. And no disrespect to y'all sisters. I wish y'all the best, all that, but I'm gonna just keep it a band. You know damn well y'all gonna be you too. And I want you to be yourself. You can't help but be that. You can try. I would just say try to curb how y'all lives a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know you see disrespect everywhere you go because she was taking a picture somewhere and some dude walked through. All you got to do is wait till the nigga walk through. Don't be tripping. Now, I done said to the people, damn, you see us taking pictures, you could go around. People just real disrespectful. Why even go there? He can't fight. You jump him, you go into jail. Let that nigga walk his fat ass through and don't even say nothing. But that's the hood in you. Everything, and when you grow up in the hood, everything that niggas do, say, look funny, whatever, is disrespect. So that's the reason why. And these girls, if you notice, these girls be more fucking hood than the niggas in the hood. Remy Ma is a man as far as her hooddom. As far as I'm concerned, she is a man like a motherfucker. She will sock you. You could tell. She ready to fire on the neck. Like, you know, Cardi B in them hood too, but it's just something different about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B versus Remy. Remy from the Bronx. You can look at Nicki and Cardi, even though they don't do the most feminine, classy things. What's up with it, my boy? Yes, my nephew is in the building. Shout out to my nephew down in Atlanta, Georgia, motherfuckers. My man Chris is in the house. Thank you for joining me on the KSP, my boy. Ole. I think I might even do another show tonight, the comic book corner show that I do. I haven't done an episode for that in a long time. I think I'm gonna have to come up with some things to talk about. I got a few ideas because I seen some shit the other day about the Blue Marvel, one of the few black super fucking characters in Marvel. This dude rivals the powers of Superman. I may talk about him. I may get that information today. So I'm only saying that because my boy Chris is in the building. Shout out to the I forget the name of the podcast that they do. God damn it, what is the name? The Brothers Multiverse Podcast. That's right, the Brothers Multiverse. Shout out to the Brothers Multiverse Podcast. Ben Davis and the rest of the crew. Y'all keep doing what y'all do. Anyway, back to what I was fucking saying. Yo, who that? What up, love for Black Truffle TV? What's up, boy? Hey, boy, we're gonna get you on the show. We're gonna get you on the show soon, man. And I'm glad I got two cats on here that I love. My nephew and the cat I just met. Shout out to Ventura, California. Truffle TV, my man in the building. Yo, check this out, man. I have a new podcast concept that I will be shooting tomorrow. This is my paid podcast concept, meaning any artist, I'm gonna say this now, I might as well plug it since Truffle TV's here, and people are gonna see this later on because obviously I'm gonna share the fuck out of it. But if you'd like to be interviewed on the Corner Store podcast in any capacity, whether you're a music artist, business person, whatever capacity you are, hell, I interview the police, whoever you are. Because I think everybody's interesting, especially when you have a real interesting job. Shout out to the porn stars, hookers, and anybody in the sex industry. I will interview you, believe it. Not because I ain't trying to fuck y'all or no weirdo shit like that. But I'm trying to talk to y'all to see where y'all head is at on what you do and also what the world is all about. Now, the new concept is this. I will be shooting at another studio in West Los Angeles tomorrow night. Shout out to Nerd Night Music Productions. They will be the ones shooting it. The artist's name is J. Claude. J. Claude is a hip hop artist in LA. It's going to be dope. These are not live shows. They are edited shows that will be, if you're going to be on a show, there is a charge. A 30-minute show is $60. A 1-hour podcast is $100. 30 minutes is $60. A 1-hour podcast is $100. And that's going to be starting this week. And we'll be shooting. Anybody that wants to be down, want to promote your music, promote your business, promote your clothing line. There are going to be new shows tomorrow, maybe in the next couple of days. I think it'll probably be edited by Friday. You'll get to see it. It'll be on my Corner Store Podcast YouTube channel. It's a totally different thing from the live. The live shows from here on out, depending on if I okay it, all my live show guests, it's a $25 charge. Truffle TV, he's got his own podcast, bro. You ain't gonna get charged for shit if you come to the SF Valley, bro. If I come to your spot, we're gonna just do podcasts and be guests on each other's shows. I would love to be a guest on yours. And we already talked about you being a guest on mine. So don't even worry about it. You'll be good to go. Don't even worry. The rest of y'all, I'm sorry, it's $25 to holler at your boy. If we do a split screen interview, just give me $15. If you come in here, being live in studio, sitting next to me, $25. We do a split screen interview, $15. That's how it's got to be from now on. I have to monetize now. This is episode 74. And it's to a point where your boy got to come up on a few ducats. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. There will be a promo coming in regards to the pricing for any person who'd like to be on the podcast. We're doing our thing now. I've even got a new TikTok page, and I just made it it wasn't even 4 days ago. It was like 2 days ago. And for some reason, the content I put on there has resonated with people. It is OMD-300. That is my OMD-300 is my TikTok page. And it's popping like a motherfucker. It's almost up to 4,000 or 5,000 followers already. It blew up overnight. I guess stuff I threw on there has been intriguing to people. So with that said, that's going to be another place where I'm going to promote the podcast new video format. Hey, man, thank y'all for even being here with me and hollering at your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's really appreciated. Like I said before, you could be any motherfucking where, but you decided to take a second, sit down with your computer, phone, or tablet and watch this fat face American flag camouflage hat wearing motherfucker for a few minutes. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? A shout out to the military. I used to be in there. The shit was whack. Sometimes it was tight at other times, but shout out to the military. I'll give you a salute. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Big Dex in the building. Back to what I was talking about. Remy Ma, you should be ashamed of your fucking self for cheating on that nigga. I don't know the circumstances of your relationship. I don't know why that you would do that. I don't know what he may have did to force you to that. I don't know if the artist that you managing rubbed your coochie one day real good and you was like, what the fuck? For whatever reason it was, from what on the outside looking in, let me make that very clear. On the outside looking in, I feel like you did that boy dirty as fuck. Because from what I can tell, Pap seemed like a real cool ass dude from what I can see. Shout out to Papoose. I hope everything worked out, man. And hopefully she don't get to take half or no shit like that. And you can, maybe meet somebody that's worthy of you. I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I'm speaking purely off what I've heard and also speculation and also my opinion. And that's typical for the females today to act more like they got a dick and balls than the men do. And I know Papoose ain't no bitch by no stretch, but obviously him being such a cool dude, she might take that as weakness. I don't know. These women today be in the gym trying to lift up 12 choo-choo trains just like the rest of us. So, they may, I don't know, they taking testosterone shots in the ass. Who knows? But like I said, the Bronx of fucking where she grew up will turn any woman into a fucking, into like Black Widow or the Huntress or some shit. Because, that's a tough town to grow up in. I thought LA was tough, nigga. Go try to live in that borough. Go try to raise a kid in the Bronx. You'll see. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is that this section of the podcast is called the far-fetched portion of the Corner Store podcast. Let me repeat that. These topics, some people might think are far-fetched. I don't think they are, but you might. Chris, on the other hand, shout out Chris, my nephew, is one of them people that is a far-fetched thinking ass motherfucker. So he might be down with what I'm about to talk about. The first subject of the far-fetched portion of the Corner Store podcast was the moon landing back in the 1960s. Now let's make this abundantly clear. 1960s, let's just say this, 60s and 70s. the moon landing in the 60s and 70s, was it faked? I say yes. You know why? It has come to pass. If you go to my TikTok page, and I might even put this video that I found on my YouTube page so you could see it. Stanley Kubrick, the director of Eyes Wide Shut, starring Tom Cruise and his wife at the time, I forget the old girl's name. Okay, she's fucking Aquaman's mama. Nicole Kidman. Stanley Kubrick is a well-renowned Oscar-winning director. With, like I said, with such films like Eyes Wide Shut, Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange, which is a super classic. He was reached out to by the United States government to direct and film that moon landing. Go look it up. The astronaut that was on that mission, not Scott Glenn. What is this guy's name? The one who not Neil Armstrong. I don't think it was Neil Armstrong. It's the other guy. I'll have to show you the video. If I had it right here, I would show it to you or talk about it. But he gets asked the question all the time. He even got asked about a little 8-year-old girl. You know, was it scary to go up there and do all this other stuff? He said this in front of a college class that they didn't even go. He said it probably would have been scary if we actually went. This came out of this man's mouth. What if I told you that NASA, because Chris is saying a whole bunch of stuff right here, and because the camera's a little far away, I can't actually read it. I could go to my tablet and read it. So y'all can look at the live chat and see what he's saying, because he's saying some probably profound shit that I'm not even talking about. I did see the NASA that he put on there, but NASA's not even the organization you think it is. I mean, the National Aeronautical Space, they don't even do, they do shoot rockets and all that, but they work for the 10 families. And a lot of people keep telling me, stop talking about them. Stop talking about the 10 families that run the world. You're going to get your ass shot, or they're going to put something on you and get you put in prison. You know what? They don't think nothing about me now. If I had 10 million followers and I was talking this shit and people were starting to move on that, yeah, they might do something to me then. But for the few people, for few heads I can get to, I'm going to tell you right now, this place is ran by people you don't even see. The people you see are just put in front of you, so you think those are the ones running shit. They ain't running nothing. And there's other people talking about the same shit I'm talking about. So it ain't like I'm enlightening, you know, or being all, I'm somebody that's telling all that. No, I'm just one of a whole bunch of motherfuckers that then woke up and not using that goddamn term that they stole from blacks, woke. Look, we didn't even use it the way y'all using it. You motherfuckers steal every anecdote that we come up with, claim it for your own, and then use the shit in the stupidest fucking ways. Nobody don't use woke like that. We woke to y'all bullshit. We woke to that. But we ain't got there's no such thing as Antifa. I don't know what the fuck that is. I know what we do have, a bunch of angry ass niggas that if we had stacks and stacks of guns, that we might do something weird. You better be glad motherfuckers is being passive still. But there's going to come a time, and I'm going to this next subject, which might actually make us do the things that you think motherfuckers is too scared to do. So let me move to the next subject, because that goddamn moon landing it's fucking bullshit. That film that they used to show it, the one small step and all, I'd take that shit and wipe my ass if it wasn't no toilet paper with it. How the fuck we get up there and on the moon, man, on the moon, and we had black and white TVs back then? Niggas was driving fucking Impalas, nigga. That's when an Impala was something to have. It's something to have now if you're gonna put hydraulics on that motherfucker, or just have it to say, I got a 67 Impala sitting back there, custom, brand new. Nigga, back then, them motherfuckers was the car you was taking your kids to school in. So my point to say that is, we didn't have the technology to send no motherfuckers to the moon. Go look at all the different fucking things. How they get that goddamn truck up there? Don't tell me they said that damn lunar mobile that they had. That shit didn't come with them. They shot that up there first. They had no room for all that shit. That shit just magically there. The way that flag was standing up there stiff. That shit was fake. It was fake. It was a propaganda film. You see why Kennedy rushed that shit? He said, we're going to the moon. You know why? Because they were scared because the Russians put Sputnik up there. Sputnik went around the earth 4 times and scared the doo-doo out of the United States. That's why they rushed and faked that moon landing. You dig? Let me tell you something. The Maui fires were set. Yeah, you heard what I said. The Maui fires were set. And you know how they were set? It wasn't no fucking ninja. It wasn't no special forces dude that went out there one day and just poured gas and black powder all around the neighborhood. Nobody ain't see him in the night. It wasn't no motherfucking Navy SEAL that went out there and put incendiaries in certain areas and blew up a transformer. That shit was shot down by laser beams from either a fucking UAV or a fucking satellite. You heard me right, motherfuckers and motherfuckettes. No disrespect to y'all by calling you those names. I'm just being real specific and a little harsh right now. We need to wake up, folks. And the Corner Store Podcast is not one of them conspiracy theorists pods where these are things that I happen to think really, really happen. There's too much evidence. There is too much evidence. And that's one of the reasons why OJ didn't get convicted, because the evidence looked at fucking retarded that a limping ass, bad need ex-NFL star could kill 2 people and pull their tongues through their fucking neck by himself with not nobody hearing a sound. That's why he walked. And that's why you would not believe that laser beams, people actually believe that OJ did that shit. And if he did do it, he wasn't alone. So if you can't say he was by himself and try to prove that and it don't make no sense, of course he gonna walk. Now, if you motherfuckers that said he did it with somebody, you might have had something. So the same could be said about what people think in regards to the Maui fires, meaning people don't believe no satellites. They'll believe whatever the fuck the government tells them. A transformer blew up and it caused a chain reaction with a fire. Y'all tripping. You're going to keep thinking these bullshit notions and pulling this wool over the rest of these people's eyes. I guess they got some plan for the contingency that's going to inevitably happen. And the next thing I'm about to talk about is going to lead to the next thing that's going to happen. Because y'all, the next subject I'm talking about, other than the Maui fires, which they were motherfucking set on purpose. Go look it up. Laser beam. There was a lot of blue that wasn't touched. Laser beams cannot burn the color blue for some fucking reason. And blue cars, blue awnings at restaurants, all this blue shit was still there. Everything else burned up all around that blue shit. The blue shit wasn't touched. Because a laser beam was shot in certain areas to burn up folk house. Don't be tripping if they got it in a movie, what movie y'all seen that in? 007. About 5, 10, 15 times in all different movies, from Diamonds Are Forever all the way to fucking Drake with Roger Moore, this dude named Draco, Moonraker. There's been fucking satellites shooting beams down on this motherfucker in movies since existence. Now, you know they sitting up there watching that shit, and the government like, that's a great idea. We could focus a laser. Now, you know they gonna do that to their own people, man. They'll do it for money, man. Eagle Eye, exactly. I'm from the James Bond movie with thank you, Chris, from Pierce Brosnan's James Bond movie. That was called well, yeah, it was Eagle Eye, I think. I think the thing was called Eagle Eye, but Golden Eye. I'm sorry. That's the name of it. Golden Eye. You remember that one? So, you know, all they're doing is taking license from these films. Maybe the films is taking license from what they're doing, or they're taking license from what the films are doing or are saying. Because, see, we didn't think we'd have communicators. We got phones now. We like Captain Kirk now. Go look at all the old Star Trek. Kirk Enterprise. Them flip phones ain't nothing but a rendition of that shit to them communicators. It's to the point now you can make a cell phone call to a nigga that's in space right now. Now, the technology we have to go to space today, I believe they could go to the moon, but they ain't had that technology back in the day. They did not have that technology back in the day to go to the moon. They didn't. And if you think they did, you're fucking nuts. You're a believer in anything. I'll put it to you this way. If you believe in a lot of the shit that you see in the United States and what they tell you, Jim Jones could have gave you that Kool-Aid to kill your ass in the jungles of Ghana too. You'd have followed him blindly as fuck. I did the stupid thing to get the fucking vaccine because I'm an actor and I couldn't get on set unless you had the vaccine. That's the only reason I took that shit. Because I was trying to work and make me some money. I had money coming in from other sources, but shit, that shit ain't enough today. You got to get that bread. So I went and got the vaccine, and plus I'm a veteran. I ain't have to pay for nothing. Well, first off, they made it available and free, which that should have told you everything you needed to know. They ain't trying to save your life. Whenever the government tried to really save your life, unless you was DeMar Hamlin playing for the Bills and you broke your neck trying to tackle a nigga. They'll save your ass then because you're a commodity. They'll save you now if you're out there. You know what I'm saying? The ambulance will show up. You go to the hospital. They'll be like, they saved you, Mr. Davis. You good. Your heart is good now. Da, da, da. When you get home, nigga, you'll see the most tremendous bill you can't pay. Healthcare should be free. The government should be paying the goddamn doctors. Our money go to the wrong sources, and you know it. You know it go to the wrong motherfucking sources. The fucking piece of shit police that we have don't deserve the money they get, but police obviously need to be making more, and they need to be trained longer. It's that simple. They need to be trained fucking longer. What my man say? Electronic eyes are everywhere. Dude, you ain't lying. Now, the Shia LaBeouf movie, the last one, Eagle Eye, that's the one that Chris had came up with. Now, hell, you could go to the Will Smith one, the one where he was, they was fucking with him and shit. And they damn near had him clicked up, and he had to come up with an old elaborate ass plan to get everybody smoked at the end. You know what's so stupid? I done made 74 motherfucking episodes saying all kind of dastardly things about the government, and I'm ex-military. I could be getting watched and don't know it. And tapped. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all tapping me, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Yeah, enemy of the state, exactly. I don't give a fuck. Watch me, listen to me. I'm gonna continue to tell the truth. I ain't making a dent in nothing. And when it comes to it, I'm gonna monetize telling the fucking truth, like everybody else. I would love to be drink champs and talk to Snoop and all these different motherfuckers and shit. But I got to talk about some real shit until I can talk to Snoop them. And guess what? After I talk to Snoop them and I'm by myself, I'm going to talk about the real shit again. That's just how it's going to be, man. I can't do it no other way. I'm a comedian by heart. I'm an actor by law. I love the arts. I do. And I ain't find that shit out until I got older. I was always trying to entertain niggas. That's why I would get in trouble so much at school. And if you get in trouble in school and you young, you making people laugh and motherfuckers like, that nigga be killing me. You are an entertainer. I don't know what kids or teenagers watch this show. I put down that it's not for children because I talk shit and cuss and do all type of things. But they got goddamn that fucking kicker that used to be on the Indianapolis Colts all on ESPN cussing like a motherfucker. Gave this nigga $30 million. So why the fuck should I be able to tell cuss in front of kids just like his bump punk ass? You know kids is watching ESPN after first take. They watching this nigga. See how selective they are? They'll let his white ass just say all kind of shits and cussing and everything because he's popular. So I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna talk about comic books, all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what you think, nigga. I don't. This is just like the music you make. If you making music to appeal to motherfuckers, you a dumbass. You need to be making music that you like. And if it's other motherfuckers hear that shit and go, that shit hard, that's when you know you popping because you doing shit you want to do and niggas feeling your shit. They're like, damn, nigga, your music good, boy. You ain't doing it for them. You doing it for them to go, damn, nigga, your music good, boy. That's what you doing it for. I had an artist, I won't name because me and the artist cool and I like him. I mean, I'm trying to get this money. You can't, that's that desperation and not having no bread and not really wanting no job and want to do something and pop off because of the shit you see attitude. And I ain't saying nothing because the music of the artist is good. It is. And it will be popular today and the whole shit. But you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Your heart got to be pure in order for you to become who you truly want to be. It's got to be pure. Your intentions have to be good. The intentions can't be wrong. They can't. They have to be good. You got to be legitimate. You gotta have a narrow focus. I do a podcast out of my makeshift garage, which is turning into something real nice. Now I have the ability to do even better pods with editing because I can afford it. I found somebody. It takes fucking time. It takes time, man. You got to believe because this world is about to crumble when the dollar collapses. That's the last thing we're going to talk about. Yes, I'm not trying to scare you. There's actual people, real people. So the sources that I'm getting this from are financial people who have mad wealth. One dude is an Asian guy who used to drive tankers before Biden shut down that pipeline and then tried to blame it on the fucking Russians. And Biden shutting that pipeline down, he killed middle class America. Let me tell you something about them Democrats. If you motherfuckers think the Democrats are for you, or the Republicans for that matter, you are fucking crazy. You are fucking crazy. They don't give a shit. And this fucking dollar, the US dollar, hear what I'm saying to you. As close as next year in 2024, the possibilities of the US dollar becoming absolutely worthless is 82%. Go look it up. That's over 50%, man. Now check this out. You sitting there probably, who's on the lives, probably sitting there going, oh man, that's not. When that fucking money is no good and you go to the bank and the bank say, well, we can give you all your money, but it ain't worth nothing. And motherfuckers is going to the grocery store using pure silver or some gold coins just to buy groceries, you're going to be a believer then. And guess what they're going to spring on you? They're doing this for a reason. They're coming up with a whole new type of money. It's a whole new type of money. They're going to say, now you have to go to this center. You got to put this chip in your hand in order for you to pay for things. Beep, beep. You're going to be just like a carton of milk or some eggs. You're going to have a fucking Scantron on you. Watch what I'm saying. This has already been talked about. They're already making artificial food. A professor in India just came up with a chicken breast that he cloned. He made a chicken breast. Federal coin. See, that motherfucker, Chris, be on it. You got to investigate these things. And it ain't all a bunch of TikTokers or YouTubers or podcasters just placing video. All this shit is fact. These are videos. These are actual people that's in the know. That's either they're government officials, Wall Street people, Madison Avenue people that are telling you. These are people that are trading and doing deals and having fucking investment groups that are buying shit. And man, they're saying the dollar finna collapse. They're saying the real estate market finna fucking bottom out. Houses are gonna be worth nothing. The house that you paying for, or maybe you paid for and you got the deed, that house fuck around be worthless. You gonna be mad as fuck. Some people gonna come up. There's gonna be a lot of people buying the fuck out of houses that was $500,000-600,000. Them houses gonna be $200,000-300,000 grand, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna be one of them. Watch what I say. Sometimes shit happening like when COVID happened, nigga, I was fine. I was paying my bills, and I ain't got no job. I'm an actor and I entertain and I do certain things. I just got off a video shoot the other day. It was quite really lucrative. Not the other day, but last week was very lucrative. Now, I was doing those things during COVID. So if the market bottoms out and the dollar becomes nothing, I'll be up Shit's Creek just like everybody else. Let's be real. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's other ways to skin a cat. If American dollar becomes useless all around the world, obviously you're going to have to use other means of currency. And there's other means. And there's people the gold market's going to get cornered by somebody at that time. The video that I was watching last night from that business owner, the Asian gentleman who used to work for the oil company, he said he buying silver and he got gold. He pulled out silver, big ass silver coin. He pulled out a big ass gold coin. He said this coin right here, the silver one, is a $35 piece. He said this one right here, this is a $75 gold piece. So he said that's what motherfuckers going to be trading with. That's how they're going to buy groceries. That's how they're going to pay their bills. No bullshit. Now, if you remember the movie John Wick, what do them niggas use in John Wick all through that movie? What do they use as currency? Please, somebody tell me that's on the live. I got 3 people. What do they use as currency on John Wick that you remember? I know I remember. I'll wait. Well, since I ain't getting no answers, gold fucking coins. Movies gonna always, and I'll say this again, movies are gonna always reveal what's coming. No, they were gold coins, not silver coins, gold coins. The silver thing was the thing you would prick your thumb on and you would give them signed your oath over. Like if they asked you to do something, you would pledge your gold. That's that big thing that they would give you. The gold coins was the currency. And see, basically they're telling you some shit that is going to happen in the future. There's a new movie also coming out starring John David Washington, Denzel's son, about him protecting an artificial intelligent child. Meaning this child's not even a real child. It's artificially intelligent, but it sounds and acts like a real kid. They just had 2 of those robots at the Rams game, sitting in the audience, scaring the fuck out of the people at the Rams game. I forget who the Rams were playing. I think it was San Francisco, but that was the promotion for the film that's coming out. This world is crazy, man. They got something up their sleeve, y'all. I'm telling you. The powers that be, and you know who you are. Y'all got something up y'all sleeve. I ain't finna let y'all do me dirty. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not going down. Big Dex finna do his thing. I'm gonna continue to preach. I'm gonna continue to talk shit. I'm gonna continue to make you laugh. I'm gonna continue to talk shit about motherfuckers doing dumb shit. I'm gonna continue to tell you about people out there that's murdering our people, especially our women. And regardless of the fact that our women don't even want our fucking protection, which is a fucking travesty, we still gotta honor them and try to protect them even when they don't want us to be their protectors. I love my black queens. I love and honor my brothers, all my black kings out there. Y'all keep doing what you do. This is your boy OMD-300. Oh yeah, shout out to my EP. I got a 4-song EP out there. It's OMD-300, and the album is called OG Vibes. That's right, OMD-300, OG Vibes. You can get it on any platform. You can even buy that motherfucker on Apple Music for $3.99. I made it a real cool price point. It's only 4 songs on there, but the songs bang, I think. So I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna do a new EP soon, and it's gonna have a few more songs on there. And that album is gonna be called The Big Man Cometh. Look for that soon. You know what I'm saying? Your boy's trying to do his thing. This has been the Corner Store Podcast. I appreciate you. Look out for your boy tomorrow. The new format of my edited video, my edited program. Look for that shit tomorrow. This your boy OMD-300. The music went off on me. Oh, I can go with this. Appreciate y'all. Episode 74 in the can is live. Hey, you heard what I said. You heard what I said. Come get some from the store. We out. Yeah.